Hey everyone, this is Jordan Parks, and this is my 2023 in the bag. Starting with my putters, I have been putting with Glow D-Blend Alpacas, and have been really enjoying these. Just got an ace throwing this one a couple weeks ago, so these have been feeling good. I like the glide on them. They're really great run of alpacas, and I'll continue to putt with them for the foreseeable future. For an understable throwing putter, I've always loved throwing the XT Colt. So this is a real pump top one, very beat in. I love throwing on backhand shots and letting it go to the right. For straight putter shots, another shallow putter is the Tomb. This was the first Tomb I was given as a team member, and so it's been in my bag ever since that time, and I love throwing this S-Line Tomb for straight shots. For overstable shots, I like to throw the C-Blend Ruin. This is again an early run. It's been in the bag for quite a while. I like it for backhand and forehand. I can't just really torque on it with forehand. It won't hold up to that quite well enough, especially at this stage of wear. But I have a mortar in the bag that I use when I really need to throw slower speed, but really give it a little more torque. But really like this for overstable shots. And that's all the putters I have in my bag. Let's go on to mid-ranges. This is where there's a little bit of a change from years past, but I have a D-Blend Anubis that I throw a lot for turnover shots, very understable, great woods disc. I really think that the D-Blend Anubis is an overlooked disc that more people should have in their bag. Great for understable shots. This is one that I haven't had in my bag very long, but I've been really enjoying, the Glow C-Blend Chariot for straight shots with a nice little finish at the end. I can see why people have loved these. I've been kind of late to the party with these discs, but fortunately I have several in my collection, so I really like this disc lately. It's probably been one of my favorite discs to throw in the last month or so, the Glow C-Blend Chariot. For a little bit more overstable, I like the Metal Flake Raw. It's kind of fills a similar slot to that Chariot. I can't throw this probably quite as far as the Chariot, and it's fairly overstable. A 2.5 finish on it. 540 2.5 are the flight numbers on the Raw. This is a fun disc. This is one that I got 2 aces in one day with Jonah from my youth group. Shout out to Jonah again. But this is a little bit overstable. And then for very overstable, the disc I mentioned earlier, this is a Glow Recon mortar. It had, you can't really see it real well, but a bunch of bomber stamps on it, which was cool. So I really like this for very overstable shots. And those are my mid-ranges. Next, going into my fairway and control driver slot. Some of these are slower speed fairways, but also will include my 10-speed discs, so kind of between fairway and distance drivers. The first one is the Swirly S-Blend Centurion, Andrew Marweed stamp. I've got a couple of these in backup. I love this disc for turnover shots. If I need to throw a turnover shot just a little bit further, I throw a Sphinx. This is a S-Blend Sphinx that I had dyed, but the dye is kind of bleeding all over the place now. But this is for real long turnover shots. You can release both those 2 discs, the Centurion and the Sphinx that I have in my bag. Both of them I can release on hyzer, and if I throw it hard enough, they're going to go right and never come back, which are good discs to have. More overstable though, I have 2 Scepters in the bag. This is the first one, Metal Flake Glow Scepter that I've had in the bag for a long time. It's pretty beat up. I like it for flip up forehands. It will flip up for a bit and then come back. That one's just been beaten up quite a bit, so it's not quite as overstable as this one. This is a Drew Gibson Glow C-Blend. That's a very beefy one, very flat, very overstable. I no longer have any Sexton Firebirds in the bag, so that's a change from years past. The Scepters have knocked those out of the bag because I don't need to lose an expensive disc when I have plenty of Scepters that are a lot more affordable. A disc I have in the bag that I don't throw a ton, but I do like, is the Swirly S-Blend Dynasty. These are discs that can go a long ways. I just haven't really thrown it that much. I don't know why. Probably because of these next discs I have in my bag, but I do like the Dynasty pretty well. Nice and straight. This one is a disc I've had in my bag for a very long time. Not this exact one, but this exact run and mold. The S-Line PD, very early, I think it's second run S-Line. These are very straight, not nearly like the numbers would indicate. This is a bomber of a disc. Love that disc. I don't know if I'd ever take it out. As well as this one, a third run C-Line PD that is very, very beefy. I like having a disc that's going to go further than a Scepter or Firebird, but not be like super glidey. It always comes back, very reliable. So I have some Romans, and those will probably work their way in the bag. I just haven't thrown them enough yet. I've had a pretty busy summer, a lot of things going on, so those will probably make their way into my bag soon. Now on to the distance drivers. These are the most fun. I've got this old Star D pre-flight number destroyer. At this point it's quite flippy, very straight to flippy. Love this disc, has been in my bag since 2015, I think, 2015 or 16, and love that disc. Very, very straight, and love throwing it in the woods. I throw that disc all the time. I have one more destroyer in the bag right now, which is a David Wiggins destroyer. This one has always been my forehand destroyer, so I just keep it in the bag because I just love throwing it on forehand. I don't know why. I know many people would say, you know, you could throw any disc forehand, and for some reason that's just one I like to throw forehand. So I've got 3 Emperors in the bag right now. The most understable is this Concrete Emperor. I have become a big believer of these. These are bombers, absolute crushers. I threw this one, which is a 172. I mean, as you can see, it's not even super beat in or anything, but I can't remember exactly how far I threw it, but over 470, and got a 2 on a hole that I never get a 2 on, but those things smash. So I've been enjoying that disc a lot. Another new disc to the bag recently, or at least a new plastic, is the Halo Emperor. A little more overstable, not crazy beefy or anything, but I've added that to the bag for just a similar shot, but more overstable. And then one that's even more overstable is this Swirly S-Blend. This is an early run Swirly S-Blend Emperor that's very overstable. Great for throwing into a headwind. I also really love to throw the Glow Glow C-Line PD2. This has been a go-to forehand disc that can hold up to even more torque than my destroyer, and it's just a great bomber disc. Not as overstable as you would think with a Glow PD2, but I love that disc. Then the most overstable disc in my bag is a Metal Flake Slab, and this is one I just pull out when I need a big skip or something to really fight hard to the ground. I throw the Slab, which I don't throw a ton, but that's everything I have in my bag. It changes quite a bit throughout the season. There are times where I'm swapping things in and out, but as I go play an A-tier down in Fort Wayne, Indiana this weekend, thought it'd be a good chance to show you what's in my bag as I head down there. I'll bring my cart as well, so there will probably be other discs that will be in the cart. A couple discs that I could mention for honorable mention that are working their way into my bag. One is the Infinite Disc Rays. That will probably go in my cart at least. I like that disc for backhands, for short shots. That one will probably be in my bag down there. I will probably bag a Roman or 2 to bring along as well. And other than that, I don't think there's any others that are kind of working their way in and out of my bag at the moment. So we'll see how I play this weekend. Hopefully these will be the discs that will help me to play well. Thanks for watching.